in which an affair unfolds, and we see the damage wrought upon the scorned. Chapter 23. Vronsky had already tried several times, though not as resolutely as now, to bring her to a discussion of her situation, and each time had run into that superficiality and lightness of judgment with which he now responded to his challenge. It was as if there was something in it that she could not or would not grasp, as if the moment she began talking about it, she, the real Anna, withdrew somewhere into herself, and another woman stepped forward, strange and alien to him, whom he did not love but feared, and who rebuffed him. But today he ventured to say everything. Whether he knows or not, Vronsky said in his usual firm and calm tone, whether he knows or not is not our affair. You can't go on like this. Especially now. What's to be done, then, in your opinion? She asked, with the same light mockery. She, who had so feared he might take her pregnancy lightly, was now vexed that he had drawn from it the necessity for doing something. Tell him everything, and leave him. Very well. Suppose I do that, she said. Do you know what will come of it? I'll tell you everything beforehand. And a wicked light lit up in her eyes, which a moment before had been tender. Ah, madame, so you love another man, and have entered into a criminal liaison with him? Impersonating her husband, she stressed the word criminal, just as Alexei Alexandrovitch would have done. I warned you about the consequences and the religious, civil, and familial aspects. You did not listen to me. Now I cannot lend my name to disgrace. Nor my son's, she was going to say, but she could not joke about her son. Lend my name to disgrace, and more of the same, she added. Generally he will say in his statesmanly manner, and with clarity and precision, that he cannot release me, but will take what measures are in his power to prevent a scandal, and he will do, calmly and accurately, what he says. That's what will happen. He's not a man. He's a machine. And Alexandrovitch, in all the details of his figure, manner of speaking and character, holding him guilty for everything bad, she could find in him and forgiving him nothing, on account of the terrible fault for which she stood guilty before him. But Anna, Vronsky said in a soft, persuasive voice, trying to calm her down, all the same it is necessary to tell him, and then be guided by what he does. What, run away? Why not run away? I see no possibility of this continuing, and not on my account. I see your suffering. Yes, run away and I'll become your mistress, she said spitefully. Anna, he said with reproachful tenderness. Yes, she went on, I'll become your mistress and ruin everything. Again, she was going to say my son, but could not utter the word. Vronsky could not understand how she, with her strong, honest nature, could endure the situation of deceit and not wish to get out of it. But he did not suspect that the main reason for it was that word, son, which she could not utter. When she thought of her son and his future attitude towards the mother who had abandoned his father, she felt so frightened at what she had done that she did not reason, but, like a woman, tried only to calm herself with false reasonings and words, so that everything would remain as before, and she could forget the terrible question of what would happen with her son. "I beg you, I implore you," she said suddenly in a completely different, sincere and tender tone, taking his hand. "Never speak to me of that." "But Anna—" "Never. Leave it to me. I know all the meanness, all the horror of my situation, but it's not as easy to resolve as you think. Leave it to me and listen to me. Never speak of that to me. Do you promise me? No, promise." "I promise everything, but I can't be at peace, especially after what you've said. I can't be at peace when you're not at peace." "I," she repeated. "Yes, I'm tormented sometimes, but it will go away if you never speak to me of that. It's only when you speak of it that it torments me." "I don't understand," he said. "I know. How hard it is for your honest nature to lie, and I'm sorry for you. I often think how you ruined your life for me." "I was thinking the same thing just now," he said. "How could you have sacrificed everything for me? I can't forgive myself that you're unhappy." "I'm unhappy," she said, coming close to him and looking at him with the rapturous smile of love. "I'm like a starving man who's been given food. Maybe he's cold and his clothes are torn and he's ashamed, but he's not unhappy. I'm unhappy? No, this is my happiness." She heard the voice of her returning son, and, casting a quick glance around the terrace, rose impetuously. Her eyes lit up with a fire familiar to him. She raised her beautiful ring-covered hands with a quick gesture, took his head, gave him a long look, and, bringing her face closer, quickly kissed his mouth and both eyes with her open, smiling lips, and pushed him away. She wanted to go, but he held her back. "When?" he said in a whisper, looking at her rapturously. "Tonight, at 1, she whispered, and after a deep sigh walked with her light, quick step to meet her son. The rain had caught Seryozha in the big garden, and he and the nanny had sat it out in the gazebo. "Well, goodbye," he said to Vronsky. "We must be going to the races soon now. Betsy has promised to come for me." Vronsky looked at his watch and left hastily. If you enjoy this format, please leave a like and subscribe and return tomorrow for the next chapter.